Hello students, are you ready to work on some more math? Today we have lesson 98, which is the sum of the angle measures of triangles and quadrilaterals. And over here on the side I've written some important information from this lesson. Remember, supplementary angles equal 180. The sum of interior angles of triangles will equal 180, and the sum of interior angles of quadrilaterals, all quadrilaterals, will equal 360 degrees. Okay, that's the basic gist of this entire lesson, but we also talk about the turns. Remember all of the turn problems that we had? So let's look at lesson 98, page 508. And it tells us if we extend the side of a polygon, we form an exterior angle. Okay, that's an angle outside of the polygon. Exterior, outside. In this figure, angle 1 is an exterior angle, and angle 2 is an interior angle. Notice that these angles are supplementary. That means they equal 180 degrees, right? Recall from lesson 90. That a full turn measures 360 degrees. So if Elizabeth makes 3 turns to get around the park, she has turned a total of 360 degrees. Likewise, if she makes 4 turns to get around the park, she has also turned 360 degrees, right? Because she's going in a circle. So all of those are actually exterior angle measurements, okay? So what this is telling us is the sum of all of the exterior angle measurements of any shape is 360 degrees, okay? However, that's different from interior angle measurements. Interior angle measurements are the angles on the inside of a shape. So when you have a triangle, all of the exterior measurements added together. Wait, whoop, I did that wrong, didn't I? All of the exterior measurements added together will equal 360 degrees, right? Exterior angles. Interior angles are a different story. In a triangle, these will all equal 180 degrees, okay? Because a triangle is, see if I can do this without messing it up. Oh, I'm gonna mess it up already. A triangle is, let's pretend it's a half of a, that's still a triangle, Mrs. Aguilar. A triangle is a half of a quadrilateral. Let me draw a new one, guys. Oh man. Me and geometry, we don't get along too well, but I really do try. If we cut a quadrilateral in half, we have a triangle, okay? So a triangle, the angle measurements will equal 1/2 of that of a quadrilateral. So that gets to our quadrilateral interior angle measurements. The sum of the angle measurements in a quadrilateral are 360 degrees. These are the measurements on the inside of the quadrilateral. That just so happens to be the same as the angle measurements on the outside of a quadrilateral, which also equal 360 degrees, right? Whoops, that's our full turn. So either way, if you're making a full turns are exterior measurements, okay? Interior measurements are the measurements of the angle within the shape, within the polygon, okay? So the important takeaway from this lesson is full turn is 360 degrees, right? Sum of the angle measurements on the interior of a triangle is 180 degrees. And the sum of the angle measurements on the interior of any quadrilateral, could be a quadrilateral like this, wonky thing. It doesn't matter. If it's got 4 sides, the angle measurements on the inside will measure 360 degrees. All right, let's look at the practice that we have today. Will there be anything? Okay, so it asks us to solve for the missing angle measurements. I'm going to let you do the practice set on your own today, and if you have questions about it, please email me, call me, text me, FaceTime me, okay? I'm kind of dying to hear from you guys, okay? It's been a long time since I've seen you. However, if you don't have questions, that's great. What you're mostly going to do today is solve for the missing angle measure. Okay, so look at example 1. It asks, what's the measure of angle A? I should tell you how to read these things, right? When you see things that look like this, M, okay, they want to know the measure, M, that's our angle symbol, and then it will name an angle within the shape, within the polygon. So they want to know the measure of angle A in the triangle in example 1. And this is on page 509. They give us angle B, C, here's A, whoops. They give us the measures of B, oh, my eyes are so old, 60 degrees, C, 70 degrees, and we need to figure out A. Fill in the blank. How will we do that, students? Well, it's kind of easy, isn't it? If we know the sum of all of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, then we can simply subtract the known angle measurements from what the total should be, right? So 60 plus 70 is 130. We can subtract 130 degrees from 180 to come up with 50. So the measure of angle A is equal to 50 degrees. All right, let's look at example 2. It asks us to solve for the measure of angle T in a quadrilateral, a four-sided shape. So we have this quadrilateral they've drawn for us. Boop. Kind of like that. It's wonky, but guess what? Every quadrilateral has the same interior angle measurement, which is 360 degrees. Quadrilateral, 360 degrees. R, S, T, Q. Okay. I'm going to draw the picture for us so we can all see it together. 110 degrees, 80 degrees. So they want to know measure M of angle T. So what will we do here? Well, we know that the sum of all the interior angles of a quadrilateral, four-sided shape will equal 360 degrees. So we can take 360 and subtract the sum of the angles that we know to find out the sum of the unknown. So 80 plus 80 is 160 plus 110 is equal to 270. If we subtract 270 from 360, we come up with 90 degrees. So we've solved for the measure of angle T, M, angle mark T, and that is 90 degrees. All right, I think you guys can do this. It's fairly straightforward. But remember that the measures of the interior angle is different when you're dealing with a triangle. And if you're thinking about turns, any sided, number-sided polygon, exterior turns are always 360 degrees. Oh, not 30. 360 degrees for exterior angles. Okay? There is one question on here, I think. Hang on, let's look at this. We are doing lesson 98. There's one in the practice set that asks us about angles, exterior angles. It's F, asks us about running around the park again, right? That's exterior angles. Those always equal 360 degrees, no matter how many sides the polygon has. So then let's look in the practice and see if they have any problems like that for us. Let's see. I think Lily is trying to let the cat in. Welcome to my house, everybody. 24 asks us to find, it asks us to find the measure of angle A, and it also asks us to find an exterior angle measurement using the supplementary angle or the supplementary measure rule, okay? Remember the supplementary measure. And that looks like it from this lesson. But keep all of these things in your mind because you know Saxon, it keeps building and building on the same concept. You learn a little more in a few more lessons, okay? So don't forget it. And please let me know if you have questions, all right? I'm here all day and I'm bored, okay? Good luck.
Welcome to my house.